Hello there, have you ever wondered why the Amazing Digital Circus is much more successful than Murder Drones? Even in the last year on this channel, we compared the shows in terms of their quality, and we tried to see which show is actually better, and we came to the conclusion that neither was necessarily better, since Digital Circus was way too new, and we didn't have much to compare it to, but we did lean towards Murder Drones being a little bit more entertaining for now. Which did get me wondering, why is Digital Circus much more popular than Murder Drones, and why does it get more views than Murder Drones could even wish for? The most recent comparison is the very special Digital Circus song, which at the time of me writing this, has been out for more than 3 weeks at this point, and has surpassed episode 7 Mass Destruction in a fraction of the time. It was only a plush video for our merch promotion, and had zero. And while many debate which show is better to this day, there's something no one can deny, and that is the fact that Murder Drones is not as popular as Digital Circus, and that is a fact. We all know the story of the Digital Circus pilot being uploaded last October, and within that month, not only did it defeat Murder Drones episodes in views, but very quickly became the most liked indie animation pilot ever and the most viewed. But you know the story by now. What are some reasons why it's more popular than Murder Drones, and what effect does it have on the series going forward? Well, one of the first reasons Digital Circus is much more popular and successful, well, is its visuals. Digital Circus is a lot more bright and colorful than Murder Drones ever was, and looks like your average kid's cartoon, even though it's a show intended for all ages. And Murphy put it simply, the show is much more colorful, and normies love Weenie Hut Jr. type content, and gothic dark themed shows often have a small fandom, and most people try to cheer themselves up with entertainment in an attempt to escape reality. But with Murder Drones being a lot darker in tone, it makes sense why not many people enjoy it as much as Digital Circus, at least from a digital standpoint. As well, the story is a lot easier to grasp with Digital Circus and does not require much critical thinking to get the main premise down. Meanwhile, a show like Murder Drones, on the other hand, requires the viewer to be a lot more invested into the story and lore as a whole, and looks closely for hidden details. While Digital Circus does have lore and some hidden details, Murder Drones takes it to the extreme, and makes sense since this is Liam we're talking about here, who's been doing this kind of thing for years. Also, content farm like YouTube channels, the most infamous being LankyBox, which who created content farm like videos, causing the name to spread even further through its cheap kids content to bait young viewers into watching low effort videos, since a kid who's in Gen Alpha can't really tell the difference between what's a good video. Murder Drones, on the other hand, does also have content farm like channels that make gross, bad animations all the way to cheap, low effort AI generated theory videos to make a profit, despite caring very little about the show and community as a whole. Wait, that sounds a lot like me. Anyways, Murder Drones is not as appealing to young viewers, which results in the farms not being nearly as successful as the Amazing Digital Circus is. Another reason why Murder Drones likely doesn't perform as well as Digital Circus would be a direct result of the creator being a lot less publicly available as opposed to the creator of Digital Circus. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, Gooseworks, the creator of the Amazing Digital Circus, as we all know by now, is a very active member of her community, posting threads, replying to fan questions, and is overall pretty transparent when it comes to the series and what direction it may take. However, this is in stark contrast to how Liam Vickers goes about things. He likes to keep his things very secretive, causing some people to speculate, and almost never responds to fan theories or questions, further leaving us in limbo land and making us have to wait for any hint of any direction that the show may take. With Gooseworks being a lot more open with her audience, the theory community as well as the fans can get much more hyped and make more theories that are accurate before a new episode finally releases. We will get dozens of teaser images for Digital Circus episode, but for Murder Drones, we get next to nothing on that front. Digital Circus being a lot more lively, that does contribute to a larger appeal. Many fans of Digital Circus assume since it gets much more views and is overall more popular, that means that it is the better show in terms of visual and a narrative quality standpoint, which couldn't be farther from the truth. Views do not necessarily dictate video quality, and is sort of a useless metric when it comes to that. As well, it's simply way too early to compare the two shows at the moment, since Digital Circus, again, only has 2 episodes, Murder Drones has 7, and is approaching its 8th and final episode. Yes, I said final, that's what I'm rolling with. But this leads me to another great point, and that is the fact that Murder Drones has simply ran its course at this point. It hasn't fully run out, but boy is it getting real close. I mean, just think about it for a second. The show first debuted in October 2021, man, those were better times, when Glitch was pretty small compared to how it is today, and the second episode did not come out for over a year after the pilot had released, which did cause some fans to diminish, but nothing that would hurt the overall series' success. But after that, it got up to episode 7 total. So far, the most recent came out 6 months after the 6th, and now that the show is finally ending, the fan base did get a bit smaller. As well, the show has just been around for a few years at this point, and the fans are kind of getting bored of it. And there are not many new fans of the new subscribers on Glitch's channel. They're mostly there for Digital Circus content. Even the plushie musical received more views and likes than episode 7 did in a fraction of the time, as I mentioned earlier in this theory. There's no doubt that Digital Circus has consumed not only Glitch, but indie animation as a whole, and completely changed the game. There's no doubt that Digital Circus has fully consumed not only Glitch, but indie animation as a whole, and completely changed the game. And I think for the better. So many credit Murder Drones ending to the success of the Amazing Digital Circus, and while that may be a factor in it all, it still did get a lot more attention on Murder Drones than it ever had prior, and indie animation itself, and it put them on the map, causing it to be taken a lot more seriously than ever before. And it is sort of evolution of the genre on the channel and inspired many. So while Digital Circus is much more successful than Murder Drones in terms of its views and likes, merch sales, and all that yada, and much else, that does not mean that Murder Drones is not as good or doesn't deserve the same amount of love, attention that Digital Circus has gotten. But let me know down in the comments which show you like more, Digital Circus or Murder Drones. Thanks for watching, subscribe, I love you guys, and take care.